Hey everybody, Logan here. Today, well, I'm showing you what I picked up in Utah. But you're like, Utah? What's in Utah? Well, over the weekend, I ended up going to Utah. Actually, it wasn't the weekend. It was the beginning of the week. So my wife had a big event, publishing company and all kinds of stuff. Great event. So I went with her, of course, because I wanted to, well, go with my wife and see Utah. I wasn't going to send her out there alone. Think I'm crazy? Okay, maybe a little. Don't answer that. So with what little bit of free time we had, we were only there for 2.5 days. And we decided, actually it was only 2 days. Yeah, it was only 2 days. Ended up taking a red-eye flight back. But with what little free time we did have in between events and seeing people and all kinds of other stuff, we went to a few game stores. Went to a total of 4. 2 of them were good. 2 of them were downright terrible. And not because of their product, but because of the service or lack thereof. So I'm not even going to mention those 2. One of the stores I did buy a couple of things at, and yeah, service just wasn't good. So, and the store was rather disorganized and rather dirty. So I just grabbed a couple of things that caught my eye, and that's it. We left. The other store we went in was a small store. It was nice. Walked in, guy behind the counter says, "Hello." We're like, okay. We're like, "Hi." Doesn't even pay attention to us. We shop around, we grab a couple things. My wife sees something behind the counter. I have a couple games. I have a game in my hand, a couple behind the counter I want to see. Guy disappears. So we're standing there about 10 minutes and we're like, all right, I guess this guy does not want to sell us anything. Why would he also, he was the only one there and he just left us in the store alone. I'm like, he either really doesn't want to sell us anything or he's just a a-hole. I don't know. I put down the game and I was like, I'm out of here. And my wife's like, okay, let's go. So we left, and then that's when we went to the first store I mentioned, which was rather dirty, but I got a couple of things and service wasn't good there. But the previous day, we went to a store which was fantastic. The guy, he was really nice. Really nice. I really like the store. You know what? I'm going to give him a shout out. And the name of that store was Retro Game Vault. Really cool store. Now, he was saying that the store was kind of a mess, and because he just got back from a con and he hadn't been able to organize everything. So I was like, okay, cool. But otherwise, I thought the store was rather nice. I liked the way it was organized. It was a really nice store. And like I said, he was super nice. So I really enjoyed that store. That was probably my favorite out of all of them. And then we ended up going to another store the day a few hours before we had the event, before we had to leave Utah. And that was called DVD Game Exchange. And I got some cool stuff there. The dude was pretty cool there. I'll show you everything I got. Now, I didn't take any footage of the game stores because I just couldn't. We'll just leave it at that. I couldn't, especially the stores that were not nice. I didn't. Hopefully you're enjoying the footage that you're seeing, and hopefully you enjoy these games that I got. I didn't get too many just because I didn't pack too much. I only had so much space in my backpack for my carry-on, and but I got a couple things. Some of them are funny, some of them are interesting. I just picked some up because they were just a really good deal, and otherwise, yeah. So with all that out the way, let me just show you the games.
Welcome to Bandana Gaming, the channel where Logan will show you everything from gameplay to gear.
Okay, so I did buy only 2 things from that game store, which was a little dirty. I thought I got something else, but to be honest, I think this... Oh, I bought... my wife got a game. So we got 3 things. My wife got a game for the Switch, and I bought... Whoops, that. But The Amazing Virtual Sea Monkeys by Premium Value Product. Yeah, I thought this was hilarious. I remember seeing this somewhere on a YouTube video. Was it maybe AVGN or something? I don't remember. But this was just beyond goofy. And I was like, all right, I had to pick this up. So I thought it was just kind of funny that I would add it to the collection. But The Amazing Virtual Sea Monkeys. Maybe I'll do some gameplay for this later on. Next, well, you saw it, was a traveler case for my PSP Go. I remember having this for my PSP Go way back in the day, but I don't have a case for my current PSP Go. And with it being rather expensive these days, I definitely wanted to protect it. And hey, they still had it new. This is original in case, so that's pretty cool. That was all I got from that one store. It was very dirty and really disorganized, so I wasn't a big fan. And yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. And the next one, I'm going to save that favorite store for last, just because I only got 2 things. My wife got a lot of stuff. But next is a bunch of games that I got from the DVD Game Exchange. And this is weird because it's 1, 2, 3, 4 PSP games out of a case. Like, why would you do that? Because they were dirt cheap. It was buy 2 get 1 buy 2 get 1 free, and they were $5 a piece. This was the only one that wasn't. I thought this was something else. I thought it was a UMD movie. I thought it was... so that one was extra. But I got... They're all Japanese. So that's the thing. They're all Japanese. This is Dissidia, Final Fantasy. This is a Kamen Rider game. And this, unfortunately, I thought it was a different version of Phantasy Star Online 2. There was a big sticker over it. You couldn't even see it. That's why I had to take it off. And then I find out it's Phantasy Star Online 2 Infinite, which I already own. So I wouldn't have bought it if I knew it was Infinite. So I am missing Phantasy Star Online 2 for Japanese PSP. But those were, it was dirt cheap. I got all 4 of these for a total of $15, which is pretty cool. So, with those out of the way, then I bought Justice League Heroes. It was like $5? And I was like, wow, I don't have this game. I'll find the box somewhere else, but for that cheap, I have it on PSP, and I think I have it on PS2. And I really like this game. This was a Baldur's Gate style game, dungeon crawler-esque. On the other consoles, and I've never played it on the DS, so, and unfortunately I had no way to capture this footage, so this is something I really wanted to pick up, especially for such a low price. Next one is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire for the Game Boy Advance. This was another, I think, $6, where the store that I went to where the guy just blew us off completely and just ignored us, he had it for $12. Here it was half the price, $6. So this is the last one for the Game Boy Advance I'm missing, and there you go, completes my Game Boy Advance Harry Potter games. Next one is Ridge Racer 5 for the PS2. It was really good condition. Has a little writing there, but complete in disc. The disc is minty. You can tell it wasn't fixed or anything, resurfaced. And the book, and I was like, this was cheap, and I was like, wait, I don't have this one. So, as an early launch title, I think this was a launch title if I'm not mistaken, I was like, hey, I'm definitely going to add that to the collection. So, those are the ones from the DVD Game Exchange. My wife picked up a ton of DS games. She likes the puzzle ones, and they had a ton of them on clearance for $4 and less, complete in box, so she picked up those. Now, at the Retro Game Vault, which my wife picked up 2 very rare PS4 games, and since they're hers, I'm sorry I'm not going to show them to you because she's got them somewhere else. And I was like, okay. But I picked up Shakedown Hawaii for the Switch. So this was also known as the last Wii U game, but I haven't been able to find the Wii U version. But I was able to pick this one up. Now, the guy gave me a good deal on this. He actually gave me a $10 off because it was opened. So that's the game. Comes with a little instruction manual, which is really cool. And there's a little figure. There you go, a little figure came with it. So yeah, I just wanted this one in the collection, so for the price I couldn't say no. Now, I did buy something else, but there's no way I can show it to you in this angle. So, let me show you now. Yeah, so as you can see, I had to stand, and I got this shirt too. See, the mountains are calling, and I was going to Utah. I just really like this shirt. I wanted to get a Utah shirt, got it at the airport. And it's really nice, really comfortable. But this is really cool. They had these. They had smaller ones that had DS and Game Boy Advance for $15, and then N64 and all the DVD cases, GameCube, Xbox, PlayStation 2, printed. And you're like, oh, just shut up, show me. That wall of vinyl wall hanger of Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem. It's huge, it is awesome. And for the price, it was $18 for this. I thought this was pretty good. Some people might say, oh, you paid too much. These things are usually rather expensive at cons. These kind of prints, upwards about $30 or more. And I was like, okay. I was like, oh, let me see what games they had. They had some N64 ones. They had Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. They had some PS2 ones. It was Crash Bandicoot, stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? They had Eternal Darkness. Eternal Darkness is one of my favorite GameCube games. One of my favorite games of all time. It just blew my mind. I love the sanity system. It was just great storytelling. It was fantastic. And to get that, it's awesome. So I was actually a little worried. I had to roll it up to fit it into the suitcase, and it got all this weird crinkles on it. I was like, no, hope it doesn't damage it. I just laid it out overnight, and they all fell out. And you can see it slightly, but because I did have it rolled up, but it looks great. And I will find a place to hang this on the wall. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. Hopefully you enjoyed all these pickups. Hopefully you enjoyed the footage, the small amount of footage that I did take, because I just wanted to enjoy my time. I took a lot of pictures with my wife and I, and the friends that we were staying with and whatnot. So it was a great time. And hopefully you enjoy this video. And next time I go out there, which I am going out there again, I'm going to see just what other video game stores are in the area. But I only stayed in, it just went to a small area, about a 30-something mile radius. So we'll see what else Utah has to offer in terms of video games next time I go. But that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, hit that subscribe button. Follow us on our socials, like we always say. Be legendary. Thanks again.